and welcome to another Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary! Yes, the day where I try to cover something other than war games. And today, I continue along my nature walk. Today, I'm unboxing and taking a look at Wingspan Asia. Now, this is both a standalone game and an expansion to Wingspan. This is a game from Stonemaier Games and is designed by Elizabeth Hargrave and is one of my family's favorite games. I mean, we've played this, all five of us have played this together several times, and the only downside really to this game really is kind of two downsides. One is a little bit of setup time for 5 players, but the big downside is that with 5 players it takes quite a bit of time to play. Now, one of my birds have left the nest and flown off to college, so we're down to 4 now. We haven't played this at a 4 count recently, but we need to try that. As I said, we like this game, but it has a hard time finding its way to the table because with 5 players it does take a little bit of time. Now, with Wingspan Asia, what this brings to the table is, again, it's expansion to Wingspan, so you can just take some of the birds that are in here and move them into, use them with the normal way, Wingspan base game, along with any other expansions you might have. But this is also a 1 to 2 player Duet mode, so you can play this 2-player. You can play Wingspan 1 or 2 players as well, but this game is kind of set up to, right out of the box, you can play it a little bit easier and a little bit more accessible to play at 1 or 2 players. So let's take a look at the back here and see what we have. As it says here on the box, 1 to 2 players, ages 14 plus, 40 to 70 minutes, 1 to 2 player Duet mode, standalone game, and Asian bird and bonus card expansion, and 6 to 7 player flock mode expansion. And you're going to see some of the cards here. You're going to see some of the bits that go with the expansions, and some different colored eggs in here. Now, if you have not played Wingspan, this isn't going to be a how-to or a review or an exploration. However, there's a lot out there to see it, and I might actually do a playthrough or an after-action report on either this or on the base game at some point. But suffice to say, Wingspan is it's a little bit of a deck builder. I mean, you're bringing birds into your deck, and then you're playing them on your tableau, and depending upon where you play them on the board, they do they have special actions that go with that slot on the board, and the birds themselves have some special abilities that trigger over time. There's also, kind of a hidden scoring mechanism. I mean, you have some goals that you're trying to score, but there's also, points that are on the board. This is sort of a point salad game. There's quite a bit of different ways to get points in this game, including the hidden methods. As I said, my family generally, we've always enjoyed the game we've played. It's just the length sometimes with 5 players, and so I'm interested in play this as a 2-player game or as solo. I've played the base game solo a couple of times, but this has been mostly a family game for us. So let's look in the box and see some of the bits in here and see what we have installed for everyone else. Now, by the title on this, Asia, I imagine this is bringing Asian birds into the fold to play with. Wingspan had like American, and there was an expansion for European, and then this is Asian, and there might be another expansion out there. So this is a decent box, and I usually try to put everything back in the base box with expansions, but given that this is a standalone game, I might just keep this standalone. I might keep this separate so we can play it as needed, and maybe just pull the cards out if we want to use the expansion cards in the Wingspan base game. So here is the book, and one thing that's about the Wingspan, I mean, and several Stonemaier games, there's a linen finish to the books here, very nice feel to the books. And this one looks like it is 16 pages, but that's with notes and credits. And then there's a how to watch. Oh, here's how to play video. So if don't follow me, we'll go to the how to play video and follow that. So there's the bits that you're going to get in here. Here's the setup. And then this is flock mode. So this is for 6 to 7 players to add on here. This expansion enables 6 and 7 players when combined with the base game. Plan for a flock mode game to take about 2 hours on your first and longer for inexperienced. Yeah, I mean, we find that the 5-player game is pretty long, so I don't know if we'd ever add 6 or 7, but you know, you can now. So then we have overview. So since this is standalone, there'll be the full rules in here. So I imagine you can play the whole game in here with the duet mode, I would imagine. And here's the rules. As you can see, there's a lot of images. There's some iconography you need to understand, like for the different areas you can play the birds and the different resources that they can collect over time, and use those for currency to pay for the birds and pay for certain things. And then we have, here's the duet mode gameplay. So I wonder to see if there is if there's a special board for duet mode. Here's for flock mode gameplay. Here's the bird power. So you have some new birds that are being introduced to this, and here's an example of those bird cards. And they have different special abilities down here, or like for actions, but this is the area they can be placed in. There's limited areas on the board, and then this is the resources that it costs to place them or track them, I guess, to your nest or have a. And then there's some other information about the birds on here, like wingspan and such. It's both informational, but it's also plays into the game. Sometimes a bigger bird or a larger wingspan can do things over other ones, and so all the information on here might have some reference or utility during the game. Might have some use. This might not just be a reference. It might be something that you need to use during the game. End of round. Here's scoring, and there's different scoring at each of the different rounds, and that's usually set up randomly. So there's the rules. Here's an appendix. So we have an appendix now, which is 12 pages long. And again, this is on that nice linen paper here. This is talking about bonus cards, bird power. So this is basically something you can look at just to figure out some different powers. And there's egg laying powers. Those, there's really nice bits in this game with nice chunky little eggs that have a nice feel to them as you're putting them on the board or on the birds. Here's card drawing and flocking powers. My goodness, I could really mess that one up, couldn't I? Hunting and fishing and bonus card powers and other powers. So that's an appendix to just look at different references. Then we have, here's the Asia Autonoma rules. So this is the solo rules. Stonemaier uses this Autonoma or Autonoma. I don't know how you pronounce it, but a lot of their games like Scythe and some of their others have this AI or built-in mechanic in here. So this tells you the rules for that. Because again, this is a standalone to play by itself. So, and that's only 8 rules there. So there you have that. Then we have all the bits, and they're going with this biodegradable or green friendly type materials, I think. So I don't think this is necessarily plastic. And then these the bins they used to have to put the bits in used to be plastic, but these do not look that way. These look like some kind of recycled paper of sorts. Here are those, now that's plastic. Here are those little eggs you get here. So you get some eggs in here, and there's of course a lot of eggs in the base game. And then we have, this is interesting. This looks like I don't know. They look a little different. Let's open one of those up and see what we have in here. This is a new kind of bit. I don't remember these from the previous game. So we got some white ones. We got, is it yin and yang? Is that what we have here? Looks like it a little bit. So I don't know what that is for. I have to read up on that. Then you have your dice. The dice are unique because that's what you roll for resources. And ooh, that comes right off there. So that's not great. But we can probably get them. These are kind of hard to get open. You're seeing the live biodegradable right there. There's some silica. So there's special dice that these are the resources you roll. And there's a dice tower. I wonder if this comes with a dice tower. There's a dice tower in the other one. And there's more of those baggies. So you get more of these beautiful biodegradable baggies. Then we have a score sheet here. Multiplayer and Wingspan Asia. So there you go. That's nice colored pad sheet there, and there's several on those, but they're dual-sided whether you're playing against somebody or playing solo. We have some more cards here. We'll take a look at those here in a second. What is this? This is so that's your flock mode. That looks new. I don't remember this. So this is a new board here. I have to think about what that is. Pull this out a little bit here. And then this is, this might be where you do the card draw. There was trays in the other one to use. Here's all your resources. And this will be for scoring rounds. That yin and yang is different, though. I don't know what that is. So I guess there is a dice tower in here. It looks like they have the makings of a dice tower, at least, in here. And this is for that flock mode, I think. So I got quite a bit of reading in here to figure out what I'm doing. Here's player A, setup. Player B, so this is for two-player, I guess. And these are a little bit thicker. Can't get these out, actually. A little bit thicker, not mounted, but a little bit thicker player aids here for player A and player B. Okay, here are the boards. And so we have two boards in here. Let's pull those out a little bit and take a look at the boards. So here are your boards. You can place in the forest or the field and water or plains or open. And this is where you lay eggs at. This is where you gain food. And this is where you draw more bird cards. And then as you place these out over time, you're going to get more abilities. As you fill these in, you get some more abilities. But, they have to meet the requirements of the area that they can be placed in. I don't know, the text on this looks a little different. I have to compare this to the base game and see what is all different here. Oh, here we go. This is different. So we got two sides to this. I don't know what is all different between those two sides. So I'll have to take a look at that as well. That's kind of cool. The other ones I don't think were two-sided. I'm pretty sure they were just one, but yeah, I don't know. So this is a little different here. I think this is what's in the base game, and then maybe this is some advanced here. Maybe this is for like the two-player version, maybe. Anyway, so you got a couple of boards in there. Let's get to the birds, because that's what you want to see. This is all to the birds, right? And I imagine you can just probably shuffle these right in if you wanted to play with these in the set here. I imagine there's some, yeah, there's probably the key to tell what set it is. So this is Asia. And I never picked up the European. I probably should have. As you can see, some of the birds have like when played. Some of these, when activated, it does this thing here. This is like at round in. So some of your actions or special abilities are keyed on or triggered at different intervals during the game. And there's a way that you activate these. When you place a bird in one of these rows here, they'll activate and go down. So where you place these, or the order you place these, will come in effect as well. Once between turns, this is like a limited ability. So let's get some more birds here. And of course you get to see, you get the bird itself, and you get its wingspan, and it will tell you a little bit about the bird at the bottom there. So really kind of cool stuff. This is the amount of eggs, or limitation of eggs it could store. So there's kind of a resource management game. You're trying to get resources to place these birds. There's a cost up here, but you're also putting eggs on the birds, and there's a way to manage that as well. So there's quite a bit of different things going on with resources, and all the while you're trying to score points, and you get points for eggs, and you get points for certain birds. Like that's the point you get for the bird there, and then you also might have some hidden scoring that you need to do as well. Some of the birds here. So if you like birds, this is, I can't believe you haven't played this game already, because there's a lot here. And the cards are relatively colorful. And you get its name, and then its scientific name. And some are predator birds, and so when they are out and play, or when they get activated, they get you more resources. This is a game in bonus there. So quite a bit of birds to add to the deck. And I imagine these are all kind of your administrative cards that you're going to need for the game. A little sticky there. There we go. So this is a little static cling there. So this is Automa stuff here. So these, I think, are all part of the Automa actions and cards. Be interesting how that goes into things. These are scoring cards. I wonder why these are separate from the other ones. There's a thing on there, so I have to read up on that. So this might be one of your hidden actions or hidden goals. Food remaining in your supply at end of game. So if you've got 4 to 6, you get 4 victory points. If you have 7+, you get 7. So these are hidden, and only you know what you're trying to go for here. Some of these have a little color on there. And some of these have a symbol over here. So I don't know. Don't know what those are all about. Let's see. And these are what are these things? I gotta remember what these are. So round 1, round 2. For some reason, I'm just not recalling what these are at. Oh, these are the things you're going for the round. Well, I don't know. I gotta read up on this. There's scoring that you do there's like 4 rounds of scoring, and there's certain things that get scored for. Maybe this is that. It's been a while since I played that. So anyway, that is what you get in a box of Wingspan Asia. So again, if you're a fan of Wingspan, you probably already have this because it is it's more goodness, right? It's you can add 6 to 7 players. You can add the you've got more solo play. You've got more mainly you've got more birds to play. I don't know if this is a. I don't think that's a dice tower. I don't know what that is. That's just a big plank right there. So I got me some reading to do, and I really don't know what this board is. Here's that board I'm used to about scoring, and you put those stuff in there. So I don't know what those cards are. I'm kind of at a loss here on some of this stuff. But you get you got some more automa here. You've got, as I said, the main thing you get here is more birds, right? And so if you're liking Wingspan, you can never have enough birds, right? There's a lot of variety and a lot of this is where the game is played. Is the difference in the birds and the like. Let's put some of those trays out here. We got some eggs here. We got some yin and yang, which I really don't know what that is all about. I got to read up on that because that is not familiar with that. We got the dice here, which I really butchered that bag there with the dice. Got my silica. We got our scoring pad. We got more bags. We have the rules. And automa appendix and rules, and there you have it. That is Wingspan in the box. Everything you want, everything you need, right there. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to correct me on anything, feel free. I probably missed a lot of stuff here. But also, let me know what your thoughts on this. Is this adding to the Wingspan family? Is this worthwhile? Is this something that you need to have? Or what I picked it up mainly is to have just kind of a standalone, if I wanted to play solo or play 2-player without having to break out everything out of the big box. That's why I picked this up. So hopefully I can do that. Anyway, thanks all. Take care. Thanks for watching.